All right, we're live. We're fucking live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name's Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. There's Jesse. God damn, this dude ghosts right in here. He just ghosts in here when he fucking feels like it.
I've been here listening to you guys just jaw off. Jesus.
When? I just saw you pop up right now.
Nah, lies.
What do we say?
Fred was over here reworking my idea from a year ago about getting some Q&A.
Oh,
going
shit.
From
okay. My bad, dude. I didn't see you pop up.
The motherfucker that just happened. Like you got on about 10 seconds.
Hey. It was before he saw me, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome to the show. We're obviously
Wait. Hold on. Before you get into your all nice introduction and everything, all I gotta say is congratulations, my friend, Mr. Eddie Law.
Thank you, sir.
Number one. Number two, I'm glad you're smarter than I thought you were. You finally locked it down. You ain't gonna let her go. Finally, you got wise, my friend. You got wise.
For anybody, appreciate it, man. For anybody that doesn't know, Jesse's actually met myself. We met up at a tournament and again in LA later on. He's actually met my fiance, so he knows. So yeah.
What is her last name?
Her last name? I'm throwing that out here.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be Mrs. Law now. That's what it is.
No, that it's bullshit. It's gonna be Eddie, whatever the fuck her last name is. That's what we're doing. I'm getting tired of calling you Eddie Law like a fucking fucking Street Fighter character over here. I've known you for fucking 6 years. I don't even know what the fuck your last name is. I think you've said it in DM before. You're fucking Eddie Law for all I know.
I've said it to you guys. I mean, look, everybody knows this is my radio. I've had this as a radio name for decades now. Shit.
You know, it's actually smart. Now anybody can find me and kill me. I've been Fred fucking Kirby ever since I came to the internet like a fucking douchebag. I'm like an old man. I didn't know you were supposed to get aliases and shit. I don't know. Fred Kirby.
Honestly, that was my nickname in high school when I was playing basketball. Because I used to be able to like shoot like this one dude, AC Law, used to play for Texas A&M. Regardless, when I got into radio in here in Phoenix, it was saying my name. It did not flow well at all. So I was like, "Fuck, what sounds good?" And then my friends like, "Oh, what's up, Eddie Law?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I jumped on that. Now it's just my name now. So
hey, bro, I thought your name was Eddie Law forever, and then Aaron was like, "Yo, real talk." And then one day Aaron was like, "Motherfucker, that ain't his last name." Like you think that Mexican motherfucker's last name is Law? And in that moment, I was like, "Oh yeah, probably ain't, is it? It's fucking Hernandez or something, probably. Eddie Law. What the fuck am I thinking?"
Oh man. Anyway, all right, folks, what's going on? Oh shit, Jesse, I just saw your DM. All right, I'll work on that. Hey, appreciate it, my friend. Thanks a lot, Otis. Thanks for coming on, dude. Felicia Spencer versus Zara Farin Dos Santos for February 29th. Felicia Spencer. What have I seen her before? Fuck. Otis, what have we seen her before? This guy, Raul Duke. Anyway, all right. Let me work out. Let's just get started talking about 245 while I work on getting actually on here. Obviously went down this last weekend. Biggest thing that obviously came out of it was what are they calling it? MAGAJAW. That was what's his name? Mike Math 22.
It's okay. So listen, I've seen it came out afterward. He had a fucking bunch of weirdy beardy words and then like a micro fucking Is his jaw broken? Is this shit gonna be wired shut? Or are we gonna be hearing his fat gum slap the next time we see Colby? Like, because when I hear broken jaw, I think wired shut like fucking Kanye through the wire. You understand what I'm saying? Is that what we have here, or is it just a hairline fracture?
No, I believe they said it was broken and it will be closed up. So I guess you're gonna see Twitter rampaging Colby, on your timeline. So either mute that guy now, or just be prepared to have that avalanche of tweets coming your way.
Yeah, good point. He can't open that fucking cocksucker, but he can his fingers still work, huh?
What did you guys think of the fight itself? Usman finishing off, everything and all that.
Go ahead, Jesse, before I carry on like a wild man.
Go ahead.
See, I don't know. I don't know which way Fred is gonna go, so I can't be going against.
Dude, there's just be a contrarian. What the fuck?
Honestly, I thought it was a great fight. I don't know about you guys, but I actually did have it 2-2 going into that last round. I don't know how the hell any judge saw it 3-1 either way. You know, I mean, maybe you can make an argument, but I mean, they were close rounds, a lot closer than I think people were expecting this fight to be. And I think the big thing that played mostly into this was the fact that they both basically had a lot of experience with each other before, right? They knew each other. They used to train with each other before. So I think them knowing each other so well, I think, is what gave us such a good fight. And I really, really think that it almost hurt my feelings that it didn't go to a decision, just because I would have loved to see how that would have shaken out. Because, like, I think both Fred and I agreed, if Colby had won that night, he would have spewed so much stuff out of his mouth, number one. And number two, it would have lit that division on fire. Because now everybody would have been gunning for him. He probably would have been out, a couple months down the line, would have made an interim. He would have been talking his smack. I mean, it just would have been such an interesting division moving forward. It's still a good division. I'm not saying it's not. You have a very dominant champion at the top, but I mean, it just would have worked out so much better. Plus the controversy and everything, because we love controversy. I just wish it would have gone to a decision. But overall, it was a great fight. And if they want to have a rematch later down the line, I'm here for it.
All right, Fred.
It was a fucking amazing fight. You got to give credit where credit's due. This fight actually ended up being a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Now, look, I don't do that whole fucking 10-9 bullshit for me. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not like fucking at the house with my pen and paper, fucking like 10 Colby, 9. Like, I watch the fight and I just gauge it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, pride rules.
Yeah, I was gonna say pride scoring. Yeah,
that's it. That's it. Like, this is what I said to Gary and James when we were watching it live. Going into the 5th round, I said, if either one of these guys does anything significant in this round, it wins them the fight, in my opinion. A knockdown, even a stagger. Now, obviously, Usman went on to get the finish, but like, yes, pretty much in a nutshell, I had it even going into that 5th round. I'm not going to say whether I had whoever win in what round. Just watching the fight, it felt like it was an even fight going, like it was anybody's fight going into that 5th round. Now, obviously, I would say I felt like Usman was probably slightly winning. You know what I mean? Like, I was leaning a little bit him. He was just doing more damage. It felt like his blows were landing a little harder. But I got to tell you something, Jack. For everybody that hates Colby, including me, the cute cocksucker can fight. Quite frankly, not for nothing, if I'm USADA, I'm beating down his door. Because he's another one of these cocksuckers that just all of a sudden got really good, man. Like, Colby's a very, very good fighter. You got to hand it to him. His output was crazy. He was fucking touching Usman up, man. I mean, he actually made Usman show a lot of heart and determination. Now, yes, if Colby would have won, the fucking division would have been a lot more, exciting. I hate to say that because it feels like I'm sliding Usman. I don't mean to.
Right.
But, it was. It would have been a lot more exciting just because Colby runs that fucking mouth a lot. Now the question becomes, how do we sell Usman a little more? Because that was a fucking great performance. But I was thinking about it afterwards, like, great fight, a nice finish at the end. But why is Usman not still kind of getting the credit he deserves? No sort of a draw. And I'll tell you what I think about that, man. I think that in the grand scheme of things, there is a lot more credence put on fancy, impressive finishes than gritty wars. You think about the champions that have had gritty wars, and yeah, they're known for that kind of thing. But when you think about the guys who transcend the sport, you're talking about Anderson Silva, John Jones, guys who have just got these. Like, if Usman had came out and fucking pulled a Jorge Masvidal on Ben Askren, and I'm not even saying this to flying knee, but just went out and that first punch lays Colby out stiff, I think you just come away from it like, oh, fuck. Like, wow. Like, the fight couldn't have been better. Back and forth, a bunch of excitement. But now coming off of it, it doesn't feel like anybody, don't get me wrong, don't everybody get your fucking panties wet. I know we all want to see Masvidal. Usman's probably somewhat of a big fight. But it's like Usman doesn't get that credit he still kind of deserves. And I feel like a crazy finish probably would have served him better than that war. The war was fun for us to watch, but like now I feel like people are just kind of like, he's actually even kind of vulnerable maybe looking at Usman now.
Sorry, Eddie, before you say anything, doesn't it kind of feel like Leon Edwards being there like, oh, I got this, I got next? Like, you're right. I feel like just because they had such a close fight, because they are probably the best in that division right now, they're like 1 and 2, kind of like Jones and DC, right? Like you've got one that's the champion and the other guy that just is going to beat everybody underneath him, right? Not saying that Kamaru's, John Jones. I'm just saying like you've got those top tier guys that are just going to destroy everybody underneath them. Right. And then you've got one guy thinking that, oh, well, they had a fight, man, I'm going to get in there and blow these two out of the water. When, closer to the truth is, I think Leon Edwards, would probably get spanked and sent back down to, lower tier fighters, But here's the thing. I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, Fred. I think if Kamaru Usman takes Masvidal and they have one bar burner of a fight, kind of like this, and he finishes Masvidal, I think that would be something that I think could elevate Kamaru Usman to, a superstar guy, just because he would get the rub off of Masvidal, and we all know how tough Masvidal is. So if he's able to put him away in the end and have like a classic fight like this, I think that would do a lot for his star power.
Yeah. I mean, Masvidal is one of the few guys in the sport right now that a win over him kind of transcends for anybody. So yeah, maybe. I mean, definitely wouldn't fucking hurt it for sure. A big one over Masvidal at this point is going to fucking boost up anybody. So no doubt.
Right. All right, real quick. I would have said Felicia Spencer fought Cyborg. That's right. She chose. She's the one that this is way before. She fought Cyborg. I think she got knocked the fuck out by Cyborg, right? Like really bad. Yeah.
She's the mom looking broad, right?
Right. She lost the decision at UFC 240, but now I remember that now because it was kind of I remember like something you didn't really care for. I didn't at the moment. Because any at that point any chick fighting Cyborg was gonna get killed, but she actually lost the decision. But she did beat Megan Anderson with the rear naked choke like a month or two before that. So yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Real quick before I throw my take on this, MMA God says could have been a 10-8 fifth round for Usman if he didn't get the finish. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he dominated. If Colby had some more power in his strikes, he may have gotten a finish. Until the fifth round knockdowns and finish, I thought Colby was pushing a split decision ending. I think you're right. Honestly, Tony, I don't remember the fight off the top of my head. So, but
she did okay. She did decent. Yeah,
she did. I think Fred actually came back and said that she did better than anybody expected. I think she made it out of the first round, right?
No,
or maybe like close to the first round.
She did do better because she was just like a can coming in.
Yeah, she lost the decision. So I mean, she made the whole fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As far as this fight goes, man, it was. I had a 2-2 going in the fifth. I had it tied up. So it was rough. I wasn't impressed by Usman and I wasn't impressed by Colby. Now I'll just talk about Leon Edwards beating either one of them. How good is Leon Edwards wrestling? Because I think the wrestling, right? I think the wrestling can cancel each other out in this fight.
I am going to sound like the filthiest of casuals.
Here we go.
But boy, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't give an F about Leon Edwards. Yeah. I don't know why. I again, I know I'm going to sound like such a cunt here. I'm going to need him to Colby it up a little bit. Pick a side, go after PETA. I don't know. Disrespect some Cubans. I'm going to need something out of him. Like he is just fucking watching paint dry. Let me tell you something. His fighting style is exciting, but he's no fucking axe murderer. Like he probably has the right to the throne, but the fact that I don't give a fuck as a real hardcore fan, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem.
Real quick, Eddie, do you think the fact that he got into that scuffle and got dealt with Masvidal is why nobody even wants to hear anything about Leon Edwards?
No. That actually is not why. The way he handled that is the problem. Let me tell you something, Jack. If I'm Leon Edwards, I'm like, if y'all don't give me that Cuban cocksucker, I'll quit. He disrespected me. He put them hands on me. Me and him got to get after it.
He ain't do none of that.
You know what I'm saying? If he came out like, fuck that man's got to see me in the cage, he fucking snuck me. Yeah, I was running my mouth, but then he fucking sucker punched me like a fucking bitch. Fuck that. I'm the number one contender. Fuck Kamal Usman. Fuck Nate Diaz. You got to see me in the cage, or I'm coming to Miami and I'm beating that ass. If he dropped a promo like that, I'm telling you, that's the shit that people get. Even old DW would probably be like, "Hey, shit, you got a point, yo. We got a point. Like you did low key sucker punch him, Jack."
Yeah. Oh shit! Hold up, check this out. I didn't know this. Leon got booed at the London fight. I think not even English like Leon. I don't think anyone likes Leon. But
he's gonna come out again.
No, I think Fred's completely right. I think the way he handled that and the way he, like I said, it was just such a like a weird move for him to like be running his mouth like that, and then just get dealt with so easily. Yeah. And then Masvidal, made that into a big thing, right? The 3-piece and a soda. Like that whole thing was because he literally smacked the hell out of Leon Edwards. And no, like you ask anybody, like, oh, why does Masvidal say that? Most people don't remember who the hell he punched,
Right.
Like they're like, oh, that's just what Masvidal says. Nah, it was because of this dude. But I think Fred's right. I think not only the fact that he got dealt with, but also because he didn't do anything about it. Like he kind of like was like, oh yeah, I want to fight that guy. And Masvidal's like, nah, he ain't on my level, and that was it. Like that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Like Leon Edwards never tried to make something happen.
Right. All right. Give me a second. My mic's freaking out. All right, go ahead and like. What happens now with Colby? Because I mean, Craig John all these whatever they're saying. But what happens now with Colby? Fred.
Colby's fine. To be honest, Colby's fine. Like, I mean, everybody was making such a big deal about Colby kind of dropping the fourth wall and admitting that this whole thing was a big. Like, did anybody think that it wasn't? Like, yeah, I guess it's a little weird hearing him say it. It's like, it's like these people like when wrestling finally turned the tide and was like, yeah, okay, y'all got us, it's fake. No fucking shit, it's fake. You think any of us thought it was real, you jerk offs? Like, did anybody? And again, settle down, everybody. I'm not justifying anything that Colby. I'm not saying because it's a shtick, it's okay. I'm just saying, could anybody not tell that this fool was trying to act like somebody different? Like,
yes.
I was calling it forever. I was saying it forever.
Hey, listen. I'm sure Tito was in the crowd with his MAGA hat saying, "Yeah, that's one of my guys down there."
Listen. Again, that's a very good point, Jesse. Goddamn full-blown fucking dummies buying into this shit. They're the same people that think wrestling's real. They think fucking Ric Flair's the baddest man on planet Earth. It's fucking ridiculous. Look, it won't matter at all because at the end of the day, Colby put up a good fight. You know what I mean? He put up a really good fight with the absolute best in the division. For all of me, he's got a great excuse too. Fight got stopped too early. What was it? Mark Goddard? Was that the ref? Because he's already given the ref shit. He was fucking saying that Usman fucking faked the groin shot. Colby's playing it good, Jack. He's already being like, fuck that. I didn't want to quit. Blase. I was winning on the card. He's doing all the right things. He's going to keep talking shit. Colby's got at least 1 or 2 more L's in his tank before the stock really hits before the shit really hits the fan, to be fair, in my opinion. He's just fine.
Are you sure? Because I mean, Chael Sonnen still to this day has a job because of the way he talked. Yeah. I mean, he could keep talking his way to an analyst position somewhere,
Well, for sure. Well, I'm just saying he's in no trouble or nothing. Like some people are like, what's he gonna do now? Nothing. Book another fight.
Attention. I saw that Candace Owens interview on this because it went on my Twitter, right? On my timeline. And it was like, Colby said with Candace Owens, fucking why? But all right. I mean, he was wearing MAGA hat and all that shit. She's all team MAGA, so fair enough. So I click on it, I watch it, and I'm like, and I watch the whole thing, and I'm like, this motherfucker just admitted he was bullshitting. Okay. Now I thought, okay, who's gonna actually see this stuff, right? Fucking nobody. I mean, these very few people saw it because I mean, as Usman just said, homie Brando, Colby breaking the fourth wall and still has a bunch of shit for brains jumping on the bandwagon, even a week later. Nobody saw that interview.
Well, but
they did wrestling thing, but still.
They did. People are just fucking morons. This is what we were talking about before you got there, Jesus. And I'm not going to get off a fuck on a tangent here. We're just talking about politics. Yeah. Everybody don't deserve to vote. Some of y'all out there are knuckle dragging fucking idiots. Like, just straight up, some people are fucking stupid, man. They were asking him about that constantly, like all week long. Ariel, most of them. So now that the fourth wall is broken down, Colby, how are you going to handle this? Like, everybody made it known that he was doing this shit, man. But it's like people are fucking stupid and just want to believe what they want to believe. But either way, Colby will be fine. People will want to watch him fight again. His shtick is still going to sell. People are still going to dislike him.
He can fight.
Because he can fight, right? I mean, he got shut up, but not really. Like, he'll be able to drum up enough interest to want to see him get shut up again, and he's got the skills. So,
had Ben Askren not retired, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like, I don't want to sit here and do the matchmaking thing because really, there's 70's pretty deep, dog. There's plenty of guys I could think that he would have good fights with. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be fine.
100%. So, all right, Kamaru Usman. He started talking Leon Edwards, I think, and he started talking. Who else? He was talking about.
Listen.
I know.
Listen to me. He ain't getting GSP. We can all stop it with that. It's Leon Edwards or Jorge Masvidal. I think we all, again, I think I fucking represent the MMA world when I say that Leon Edwards just does not tickle our pickle, in the words of John Jones.
Yep.
John
Jones.
It's probably Jorge Masvidal if they can make the money right. You know what I mean?
Great.
And why wouldn't it be? Like, why? You know what I mean? He's got the belt. He's at 170. And Jorge's got the other bad motherfucker belt. Like, for all of me, that's the one to do. I feel like that's the one we're all kind of good with. GSP ain't coming back. I mean, you could do Leon Edwards, but let's keep it a buck. From a marketing standpoint, from selling pay-per-views, that's going to be a shitty card. And I feel sorry for Kamaru. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just a fact, Jack. Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards on a pay-per-view, they better hope Connor's at the top of the card.
Shit, man. Look, Covington was the sold this card, right? I mean, to be fair,
pretty much.
It wasn't Usman. No one cared.
I mean, I wouldn't say no one cared. There are people, like, to be fair, Usman has his fan base. He's the champion. He's just doing his thing. But yes, Colby's antics. If Usman fights Leon Edwards, the fact is, this Colby fight definitely, I'm assuming, is going to do better numbers than a fight with Leon Edwards would do.
Right. Tony says Colby starting drinking his own Kool-Aid. During the fight week, he said it's an act in one interview, and turned right around and said this is his real personality. Just turned up to 11 in another. He had turned around, man. I guarantee someone told him, like, why the fuck would you do that? But at the same time, it kind of works. You know what I mean?
Listen, Colby also isn't a genius.
Right.
I do buy the second. I do buy that this is his attitude just kicked up to 11. He just didn't know how to, properly express the fact. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, oh, it's an act. But it wasn't really an act.
Right.
Like, he's not that good. He's no fucking Val Kilmer.
Kilmer.
Oh, okay. He's no Val Kilmer. But I just don't think he didn't know what the fuck he was saying the first time on the Candace Owens. He's nervous. You see Candace Owens look good on that show, Jack.
Oh, Candace Owens.
She
knows she should be on TV and not radio for a reason.
You know a broad's got a nice ass when you can tell it's nice when she's sitting on it.
When she's sitting down.
That bitch was sitting on it. I was like, God damn, look at that fold, Jack.
Yeah, I can go hate on Candace Owens, man. I mean, not for that.
Bro, I would let her wear that MAGA hat while I fucked her. Put that thing on.
That'd be required.
Matter of fact, that's kind of kinky. Kind of turns me on a little bit, actually.
Everyone's like,
put that fucking MAGA hat on while I choke you, you disgusting.
What the fuck?
Oh my god!
You know the funny part though is he walked into the arena with her. And she's all behind him, and she's walking like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing right now? Fuck! Like, that shit was hilarious, and then she had to sit there and watch him get his ass beat. And then that right hand that broke his fucking jaw. Bitch, what's up? And Kamaru Usman was kind of like, you can join me. It's all good. She was about Kamaru. She's about Kamaru. Be real. Anyway. By the way, I heard someone say it correct. It's Kamaru. right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's Kamaru.
That sounds a lot better than Kamaru.
It's true.
Anyway, oh, here we go.
Americans.
Head Kick says, I like Leon though. MMA guys, I'm your Huckleberry. 50 Shades of Kirby. There it is.
I mean,
Dude,
listen.
that's a segment right there, dude. 50 Shades of Kirby. Every event, you get to pick one chick out that you saw during the event, and we screenshot her or something. And there you go.
Listen, don't fucking tempt me, baby. I'm in.
There you go. All right. Co-main event was a sad one for me, but it was you gotta hand it to Alexander Volkanovski.
I told you.
I know that dude chopped that leg up and then chopped the other one up like it was his only job, which it was. And we got ANU off a decision. So, Jesse, since you told us, what do you think of Volkanovski's performance there?
The right game plan, right? Because that's what we talked about before. That it was having a high IQ and then being able to perform that game plan to perfection. And here's the thing: I think the best thing about that fight was that even though Max Holloway adjusted in the fight, it was just too late by the end, right? And when Volkanovski got himself into trouble, he knew not to panic. He knew to just go back to what was working, right? Starting or in the middle or at the end of every combo, he would throw another leg kick in there. Just keep doing what he was doing. Not getting himself into just a nasty fist fight with Max Holloway. Staying outside. Making sure he wasn't, on the end of the punches. Just a masterful performance by Volkanovski. I mean, what else can you say about the guy that he did everything he needed to do? To do in this fight to win it, and it was just a great performance. Now, on the other side, I just think that Max Holloway is probably one of the best 45ers out there, and if you give him another crack at Volkanovski, I mean, it could be an even closer fight next time, and he could win it. I mean, because you saw flashes of if they stayed in the pocket with each other and traded with each other, Max Holloway just had the better pop and the better ability to hurt Volkanovski. So, I mean, truly a great fight. I thought, both of these fights here at the end of the pay-per-view were awesome.
Fred, what'd you think? Holloway kind of like chalked up. And then he went dancing afterwards. I watched him on GRE today.
Yeah,
I went dancing. I was fine. Like, all right, dude.
I'm gonna tell you something. Here's where the show's gonna get interesting, boys and girls. So fucking tune in.
Here we go.
I ain't gotta give Volkanovski shit. I wasn't particularly okay. Listen, let me give a little credit before I start carrying on. Yes. Okay, Volkanovski did have a very good game plan. Leg kicks were working very well. This is true. Did he win that fight? Yeah, probably. By a cunt hair, in my opinion. But he probably won it. Now, here's the problem. And I understand that my fucking opinion on this means fuck all, but y'all can suck my dick. This is my podcast. So I'm going to give you my goddamn opinion. For all of me, I am one of those cute cocksuckers that is under the fucking opinion and the belief of, in order to fucking take the belt from the champion, you need to take the belt from the champion. I do not feel like Max Holloway's belt was taken from him. It's just my fucking opinion. That's my opinion. That's a personal opinion of mine. I understand. I'm not saying that Max got robbed. I'm not saying that I think, it is what it is. But I feel like Max was never hurt in that fight.
Right.
Volkanovski didn't attempt one submission that was close. He won a close kickboxing competition. Again, he did his leg kicks look good? Sure. Did Max Holloway have to be wheeled out of the cage? Nah. He went dancing that night. I all credit to Volkanovski, all joking aside, credit where it's due. But I feel weird about that fight. Volkanovski won. I just hate seeing long-standing champions lose their belt like that. A champion like Max Holloway, I want to see you take his fucking belt.
Right.
Submit him. Knock him out. Or beat the fuck out. If he would have did what Dustin Poirier did to him, all right, cool. Dustin Poirier beat the shit out of Max Holloway. I don't feel like Volkanovski beat the shit out of Max Holloway. Matter of fact, again, I wouldn't say that I think Max won the fight, but it was real close. It was a close fight. Max getting his licks in. I mean, Max did not get ran over in no way, shape, or form. There was no takedowns, right?
No.
It was a straight kickboxing fight. Yeah. Again, I think Volkanovski won, but it was so razor thin that I just feel weird that such a long-standing champion like Max loses his belt in that fight. It feels weird. I'm not really one for automatic rematches. I know that Max isn't really calling for it, but I just feel like I need to see that rematch because if Max loses that belt, I want to see Volkanovski take it. Fuck Max up, knock him out, leave him beat the shit or submit him. It's I get that's easier said than done. I feel weird looking at Volkanovski as the king after what Max Holloway's done in that division. The way you see what he did to Brian Ortega, that's how the fuck you dispose of a challenger or defend a belt or take a belt or whatever the fuck.
Right.
That's how you do it. If Max Holloway would have looked like fucking Brian Ortega after that fight, I'd been like, yeah, take that motherfucker's belt, Jack. He deserves it. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So in your opinion, Fred, you didn't feel like, because I felt like it was basically like 3, maybe even you could even make that 4th round for Volkanovski. I thought he had locked in that win, in the first 3 rounds. You felt like it was even going into that last round as well?
I don't judge fights like that, man. I just watch them.
How did you feel the flow of the fight then?
I felt the whole fucking fight was razor thin close. I mean, what happened? Nobody even got rocked. I ain't no fight scientist, dog. I'm not one of these stunners out here like, oh, yeah, he landed a stiff jab there. I'm gonna suck my dick. No. I'm watching the fight. I'm looking. Nobody's getting rocked. I felt like in certain exchanges, Max got the better. I felt like in most of the exchanges, Volkanovski got the better of him, but not by a country mile. Volkanovski was landing the leg kicks, which were doing their damage. I felt like Max was still getting his licks off, though. I felt like the whole fight. I tell you what I felt like. I felt like after the fight, I'm like, I need more rounds. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this fight to be over yet. Like, I guess give it to Volkanovski, but Max Holloway's right there. He's ready to rock. He's not hurt. It just felt, I don't know. I was kind of like, eh. And listen, I'm no Holloway stan. This is just, I feel weird him losing the belt like that, where it felt like he didn't really get the belt taken. Like, he's still ready to go for a few more rounds. I'm sure Volkanovski was too, but it's like, I needed to see more. I felt like every round, and I had to go back and rewatch it. It's always strange, in live fight time. But from what I can remember watching it live, I just felt like the whole fight was pretty close. Again, I understand why Volkanovski won. The leg kicks, I felt like he probably did a little more damage, but not by a country mile, I mean, like, again, I guess you got to give him the W. Somebody's got to win the fight, but like, fuck.
I don't know how you feel, Eddie, but I felt like I think the game plan of being able to avoid the damage that Max Holloway usually inflicts on his opponents, the pace that they both put on each other was a pretty high pace, and neither of them wilted. Like most of the time, like you just said, Fred, in that Ortega fight, right? Ortega was game, but you could see like after like, what was it, like the 2nd or 3rd round when he started getting busted up really badly, like his spirit was willing, but the body just couldn't handle the damage that was being absorbed anymore, right? And to me, I think that was the beauty of the fight. And you're right, it was close in how you can see that the damage wasn't accumulated on his face. But Max Holloway's body, he can say he was dancing. That's fine. I mean, but still, I mean, in the fight, you could see when he had to do, what was it? I think the 2nd and the 3rd round completely on a different stance. He had to give his leg a break from getting kicked, and instead of checking the kicks, which it just seemed like he didn't care to do. Eventually, like he just said, screw it, I'm just gonna let my leg absorb the kicks, and he's just gonna go back into the stance that he was more comfortable in, where he could do more damage. But the whole point is that Volkanovski made him adjust to what he was doing, and he had to do things to avoid taking too much damage. And even at one point in the fight, I think it was in the third round, when he kicked him, like when Holloway planted his leg, it just stiffened up and he couldn't move it. And it kind of looked like it was giving out. And that's when he started really putting his leg, his left leg to the back. And he really, really was like, it even looked like he was kind of limping for like a little bit of the round. So what I'm saying is, like, to me, I felt like Volkanovski just kind of ran away with the fight. And I get what you're saying. Like, you want to see the champ, busted up, bloody, looking defeated, looking like he just lost his title, knowing that he lost this fight. And in the end, they both, raised their hands after the bell. They were both kind of walking around like, yeah, I won this fight. Like, but in my mind, and I think if you saw the podcast with Joe Rogan today, he said that during the fight, he felt like he had won it.
Yeah,
he felt like he had won it. Now that he went back and saw it, he saw where he made the mistakes, where where the judges saw that he lost that fight.
Right.
Like, so I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, it wasn't like a mauling, but I do feel like the game plan was the best game plan to beat a guy without taking too much damage on your side.
Right. Everyone in the conversation, he's got it right. Like, oh, fuck, I already lost the one comment that I wanted to put up. Fuck. Anyway, all right. His game plan was perfect. Oh, here it is. Otis. His game plan was impeccable. Took away Max's weapons for the most part. Took him out of rhythm. And he's a goddamn tank. Okay. I think he just put it all together at the right time. Look, I thought when Max went southpaw, he gave Volkanovski problems. He started going to the body a lot. Uppercuts, shots to the body of Volkanovski. But I think he just took too long to get there. Overall, look, I got to give Volkanovski all the credit in the world, man. Like, I'm with you. I'd rather see a champion get taken out, 100%. But, that's the game. Now, do we run it back? Dana's already teased it. Do we run it back in Australia? Or should we bring somebody else up?
I want to see it ran back just because I feel like Holloway deserves that. Take that belt from him. Keep it. Beat the shit out of him. Don't give me 5 more rounds of this pitter-patter back. Somebody fucking finish each other, goddammit.
Go after, yeah. Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Fred. I think we could do 5 more rounds, and I think what most people believe too is that Max Holloway has absorbed too many punches to the head. He didn't take a lot of damage in this fight to the head, right? Like, it was minimum. So I mean, I think he could come right back, and do this fight again, And I think, it could be completely different or it could be the same, But I think they both have a style that really makes it kind of interesting for each other at this point.
Yes, when you create the mini cam for you can end the stream. Sorry, Ashley's trying to kind of connect on here, but it's not working.
I know who else am I gonna nerd out about Star Wars coming out in 2 days? Because I know you guys don't care.
2 days?
Yeah.
I already got my tickets. Jack. I'm already sick and tired of that little punk ass.
There you go. Are you here? Are we finally here?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear you.
Awesome.
All right. So Jesse was just going on about nerding out about Star Wars coming out. I didn't even know a new Star Wars movie was coming out. Real talk.
Oh my gosh. How can you not know? It's the end of the Skywalker era. It's very, very important. You should know this. I've been freaking out.
Okay. Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you know her as Ashley, MMA nerd. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you jumping on.
Happy to be here. Sorry it took so long.
It happened. All right. So we were talking. We actually talked about Covington movie since you weren't here. What do you think about the Covington Usman fight and Covington getting his jaw busted up?
Oh, was it MAGAJAW? Is that what was trending?
Yeah. And my kids are like, "Come on, guys, we're better than that." No, we're not.
We're really not. You can't expect too much from this crowd. And honestly, I get it. He knew how to push the buttons. He was a good heel. The only part that irritates me is like, why do we have articles about Rosie O'Donnell this week? I'm so annoyed by all these random celebrities that are acting like they watch MMA and give a fuck, and they only care because of the situation. And also,
Rosie O'Donnell?
I thought that he was racist against Brazilians, but there's that artwork of him with like all the black people around him. So
Yeah.
A group thing now.
That was
Fred was asking about. Yeah, Fred was asking about Rosie O'Donnell. So, Covington loses at this, very close to this whole impeachment thing that's going on today, which, by the way, Trump got impeached technically by the Democrats. Doesn't mean he's out. It means he's going to be put on trial, regardless. So, kind of at the same time. And so Rosie comes out and goes, I'm glad you guys dropped busted up. Fuck that, do whatever. She tweets that shit out. So then articles got written about it. I don't know if you guys seen that Sean King guy, Usman, got me hip to this dude. Apparently,
he got him a white supremacist.
He looks like a white dude to me, but he's like, say he's black. You know what I mean? And then he's jumped on the whole BLM movement and he scammed people out of money and a bunch of shit. Even he comes out like, fuck that racist Covington and all sort of shit. Like you get all these random lefty celebrities coming out against Covington, but they've never seen a fight in their life. They probably didn't even watch the fight. They just saw a clickbait article someone put up, and they're like, fuck that guy. He's wearing a MAGA hat. You know what I mean? So that's a Rosie thing.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, listen, Trump is a polarizing person.
But look, it got him notoriety. You got to give Covington credit for being able to know, like I said, he knows how to push the buttons. It worked.
No doubt. I mean, listen, he got that fight. No, Leon Edwards didn't. Leon Edwards needs to take a play out of it. Leon Edwards had to come out wearing a fucking Trump hat.
Yeah, that was he come
out. I would die if he did that. That would be the best thing.
He comes out dressed like Kobe and wearing the book.
He's gonna come out with a hashtag Brexit or whatever that's going on, hat and shit. But yeah. Anyway, and then as we were also talking.
Wait.
Whoa.
We have to prepare. I mean, Ashley, do you have a box of tissues? Because I think Eddie's gonna ask you about the Max Holloway fight next.
Oh, I was hoping I missed that chat.
Yeah,
I'm so salty about it.
I was bummed the fuck out too. But what'd you think of the fight?
It was a good fight. It was hard to watch. I felt like Max was even slower than usual as far as starting up, but with about halfway through, it was a lot closer than Joe was kind of making it sound. I don't know. It was tough to watch. I'm bummed. I don't know if it's like I want Max to be champ again, but I don't even know if I want an immediate rematch. And I can't even, I don't know. I'm just like, hurt my heart.
All right. So Brando and Brando, we can't play it on here unfortunately, but he says check out my Rosie tweet. If you guys go to Amusement82 on Twitter, he's got this video. You guys ever seen the Player Haters Ball from the Dave Chappelle show?
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah, Rosie's part of that. I mean, they talk about her. It's like she looks like she wears the underwear with dick holes in them. So good. Shit. Anyway, all right. Oh, you got fans here, Ash. Laura, Liam, everybody's here.
Hi,
yeah. Oh, here we go. Musin says, "Run the rematch and fuck the new Star Wars. I'm done after that bullshit death to Luke." Thanks to I didn't even see that.
I will fight you right now. What better death could you want for Luke Skywalker than to go out like?
How do you know he died? How he died?
Oh God! Look! Just go back and watch the last Star Wars movie, which is what was it? The Last Jedi.
Good shit, dude.
It's a good film. All right, screw everybody that says that they don't like it. It's a good film.
Confession time. I've never seen anything to do with Star Wars.
Oh my God!
Like
I can't even imagine that life.
Look, I knew I was doing a show with some savages. I didn't know you guys were Neanderthals. I'm just saying.
My knuckles got bruises. Anyway, no. But I've seen like the first movie like when I was a kid, and I literally it's not that I have a chance to watch it. It's not interesting to me, like at all. You know what I mean? It's like I think that my favorite part is like the bad guys. It was like one bad guy. Who's the dude with the fucking red makeup and he had spikes in his head and he had a double leg? Huh?
Oh my God.
Darth Maul. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, but then they fucking kill him, right? They kill him like 5 seconds into the movie, or like he's on the screen for like 5 seconds.
He has like the best lightsaber battle in the series before he dies, though.
Yeah.
All right. How about this, Eddie? Huh. This is how I'll entice you to watch something. What was it? The Solo movie? Watch it.
Why?
You'll enjoy the cameo that's in there.
Who's the cameo?
Yeah. I don't know. You have to watch it.
Yeah, I can't ruin it for you.
It's not gonna happen. All right.
Let's just say that possibly your favorite guy might be in there somewhere.
Favorite guy.
All right, well,
you just mentioned right now.
Let's talk about these fucking broads fighting.
Leon needs to wear a Brexit hat. Yep. Just like I said, I'd rather see Edwards in a powder wig wearing a red coat. That would be fucking genius.
That's actually dope. If he does that,
he needs to hire us right now.
Right. If they made Edwards versus Covington, that's the move. That's the move. Red coat that shit. If we're gonna go crazy,
red hat.
Right. Exactly. But if we're gonna go pro wrestling, fuck it, go in on the pro wrestling.
For sure.
Fuck it. All right. If not Max, then how about Zabit since Ortega's injured? So Zabit versus Volkanovski?
I mean,
it is. Doesn't Zabit have another fight lined up? I thought he was supposed to fight
Yair, right?
Yair, right?
Sign that shit. He's a pussy. Like no.
Yeah,
I would watch Zabit though. I think Alex kicks his ass though.
I think if Korean Zombie looks good or gets a finish against Frankie Edgar, I'm down with that.
100%.
I think fucking Korean Zombie Volkanovski would be a really good fight.
Yeah,
that would be. Yeah, that's the dream. I'm down for that one.
And I tell you what, low key on some real shit, I think that's going to happen too. I kind of low key feel like Zombie's going to smoke Frankie Edgar. Like, all due respect to Frankie, I just think he's a little old. He's going to be in fucking Korea and shit. Like, if he can get snuffed out by Ortega, I think he can get snuffed out by Zombie for real.
Zombie looks jacked going into this fight, too.
Yeah, he does.
He's great shape.
You know what? There you go, Fred. USADA should be there, making sure that he's not part of some state, China-sponsored doping.
USADA don't be sneaking through windows in Korea, Jack. You understand me? They don't play that bullshit game over there. USADA your ass. You fuck around and get snuffed out fucking around in Korea.
They're crazy, dude. Fucking. Anyway, yeah, I mean, all of that being said, I think Max gets a rematch and we do it in Australia and makes big numbers and we'll talk about that fight when we get to it. But all right, why did everyone? Okay, number one, didn't watch any of the card up until the co-main and the main. I watched those two completely. I've had to go back and like pick off whatever I can find on YouTube and everywhere else for the rest of the card. I did not get to watch Nunes or GDR, and I asked people to tell me, and the word that came up maybe like 80% of the time was boring. So then I looked up the stats. There's a lot of takedowns, and GDR has no takedown defense whatsoever and no jiu-jitsu. Is that right?
I mean,
okay, Fred. You didn't watch the fight, Eddie, but I was a little surprised that Amanda Nunes almost got her head knocked off by up kicks, number one. And number two, if I remember correctly, she almost got herself triangled at one point as well.
Ooh.
Right?
If I remember, Nunes did get caught in a triangle for a brief.
Triangle?
Very brief.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was what she just. Those were like the only chances I felt Jermaine had, though, where when Amanda made little mistakes.
Yeah.
So almost got her with up kick, almost got her with a triangle. I could see your mouth open. That'll let you go.
I kind of look. I feel like honestly, Amanda's facade is kind of gone for me. Like, I feel like the recipe to beat her is now out there. Like, was it the second or third round where GDR had her up against the cage and she was hitting her with those knees? There was a point in this fight where I felt like GDR was about to finish Amanda Nunes on the feet with strikes. Like, she was fucking her up.
I think both in the first and the second, she had her in trouble stand-up wise. You're right, Fred. Like it almost looked like it wasn't even Nunes in there, like in the striking department. Like, she just got pieced up, and then she just transitioned to takedowns right away. Even I think in the last 3 rounds, I think it was as soon as the bell rang, she went straight for a takedown to not get like pieced up again on the feet.
Yeah, listen, bro. I think that, and then Amanda's last loss was to Liz Carmouche, right?
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. And obviously, she gassed out, and then she finished her by TKO ground and pound in the 3rd round, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it her or Cat?
Katzengano. I'm sorry. You're right. That's what it was. It was Katzengano, not Liz Carmouche. It was Katzengano. Same jive, though. It was the same time. I think that Amanda can get tired, and she can definitely be outstruck on the feet. I know she knocked Cyborg out, but I think that GDR, and don't get me wrong, obviously GDR is a fantastic striker, probably one of the best strikers in the game. But I just felt like after watching that performance, Amanda Nunes did what she needed to do to win. But GDR has, like, bro, if fucking GDR had Chuck Liddell's fucking prime sprawl and brawl, we'd have a new champion right now.
Oh, okay.
Like, Amanda Nunes did not want that smoke on the feet. Like, she showed she's got a lot of power, but she definitely can get touched up on the feet by a really proficient striker. Now, to be fair, Amanda Nunes does have the all-around game to put you on your back, and she proved that against GDR, so fair play to her. But for me, I came up from this fight looking like, yo, if you can get Amanda tired and you're actually a decent striker, you can wear her down and knock her out in the later round. Right. Not saying it's like, an easy task to fucking do, but it is definitely possible.
Do you have a little bit a newfound respect for Jermaine Durandamy, seen as the fact that what Amanda Nunes was able to do to Holly Holm just in her last fight, and the fact that she wasn't able to do none of that to GDR?
Bro, fucking GDR not taking the fight with Cyborg is the worst thing. Look, when she was piecing up Amanda Nunes, I'm thinking, bro, she should have fought Cyborg. Like, she should have just fought Cyborg. She might have fucked around and knocked her out. Like, yes, to answer your question, I have a lot more respect for her, but it just, in hindsight, it's like, fuck, her not taking that fight put such a dark cloud over her that she probably didn't fucking need. Like, I mean, maybe Cyborg used the same fucking game plan that Amanda does and had the same results against her, but like, bro, she can fucking bang with the best of them. Like, her not taking that fight with Cyborg, in hindsight, was like the worst idea ever. What the fuck? For all of me.
All right. Like I said, I didn't get to watch it, so I need to make sure I find a link somewhere and watch it. But honestly, I'm not a big fan of GDR, so I don't care. I honestly don't care that she lost. Real talk. So
same.
yeah, but
I'm a hater. I'll admit it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, those two reasons are the fucking after the fucking horn punches on Holly Holm, which were on purpose. After the second one was obviously on purpose, and then two, the winning the belt and then fucking dropping it as like, yeah, I'm not fucking fighting Cyborg, which fair enough, but don't come out and say like, yeah, I'll fight Cyborg. Never mind, don't do that. Just say like, no, fuck that. I just came for a one and done. Here's your belt. Take it back. You know what I mean? I would have respected that way more. All right. I think Korean Zombie murders Frankie, to be honest.
Swear. I agree.
I remember seeing Frankie first on MTV True Life. I remember seeing that too. That was years ago. I never thought he'd end up where he is now.
He's just getting long in the tooth, man. Yeah.
Stand-up was surprising to me anyway. Stand-up was surprising to me anyway, though Nunes would win by strikes in second. Boy, was I wrong. I thought. Yeah, you were. Triangle 2, the GDR had. Another podcaster I watched trains at GDR's gym. He says GDR did not want to fight Cyborg, but didn't have enough left from police job. It has pension and medical for life. UFC doesn't. She needs ages to build up, leave again. Oh, that makes more sense.
Listen, I never even heard that.
No, that's good call. Hey, look, if that's true,
I don't buy it.
She was skeptical hippo eyes, like, yeah, bullshit, Jack. Bullshit. We still don't like GDR. You understand me? Fuck that.
But the truth is that what Fred said. I mean, if you look at her performance against Nunes, and you kind of juxtapose what would have happened in that Cyborg fight, I think it would have been a great fight for GDR. I'm agree with Fred. I think she would have knocked her out, actually.
I wanted that fight, man. It would have been a great fight, but
alas,
or whatever.
Right. Well, Liam says it makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. So I guess I got to give her some credit, but still. All right. Omega says, how about Aldana in that knockout? Vieira, was that Caitlin Vieira? I saw that shit. And I was first of all, because Aldana is from my hometown, so big ups. But that was a one-hitter quitter. You don't see that kind of ever, other than Amanda at 135. That was sick. And
especially when she knocked out.
What was that?
I was so pumped for her comeback, and then she just gets whooped on. But Aldana cemented her place, I think.
Honestly, though, that's a really good. Excuse me. That's a really good example of why we love the sport, though. She was losing that fight right up to the moment where she wasn't. Like, that's what makes MMA so fucking exciting. You could be winning the fight right up until the moment you're not, and then just get snuffed out. What was it, a left hook?
Yeah.
It's your perfect left hook. Boom, right on the button, and the game's over. I swear, I can't watch other sports because of MMA and boxing too, or just combat sports in general. I can't take there being like rounds and quarters. Fuck that shit. Like, I need them quitters, like the game enders, Jack.
Yeah. I need to get on that frame because my Rams are just killing themselves this year.
I can't say too much. Cardinals are worse, but still. And they're not worse. They're just building. They're young, but y'all supposed to be contenders and shit. Whatever. Leah Dana says that she defended within 6 months. She couldn't. That's what she said to him. Apparently, I don't know. Well, fair enough. That's GDR and the cyber thing. As far as Aldana goes, I mean, I would love for her to get a title shot here, but sounds like Amanda wants that 145 fight next. So as far as Amanda goes, we can talk about this. What does she do next? Who's at 145? Megan, and she's Megan's about to fight her fucking what do you call it? Doppelganger. Yeah, she's about to fight her fucking doppelganger. I thought I was seeing two of the same thing.
That was weird,
bro.
I don't even know Norma, but
yeah,
they need. Are they still doing the Ultimate Fighter?
No.
Supposedly.
Are they?
They haven't done it in a minute.
They need to do an Ultimate Fighter and find a bunch of big motherfuckers. They did. Big old bitches and big old dudes. We need heavyweight dudes and we need featherweight broads. We need a bunch of big ass people. Like, both of those divisions need some new talent. I mean, heavyweight guys starting to get a little something. But featherweight female, we need to either fold that shit up or bring in a whole bunch of new blood from somewhere, because what in the fuck is going on with that division?
They did, Fred. Remember, they brought in a bunch of 45ers, but they were just bloated 35ers that went down as soon as they hit into the UFC. So
right. Well, yeah. We need some shit like that to not happen.
But do Ultimate Fighter 155 women, 155 females, and then those chicks are cut down.
Oh, so you're gonna find the 2 women that are 155 in the world that fight MMA?
Or get rid of the division. I didn't even tell you this.
We have now.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. There's got to be some chicks playing rugby out there that can cut the 145.
I got it.
All bullshit aside, what if they did do a 145 Ultimate Fighter and they got Clarissa Shields to get in the house? Would that entice y'all to watch?
No, but I think the problem is that you'd have to pad that so she'd win, right? Because what if she gets KO'd in their first fight or taken down and Roy Nelson? You don't want that.
Listen, what if, motherfucker? Let me remind you of a time where they brought Kimbo and Roy Nelson's silly fat ass into the tough house. And I'll tell you something. Daddy Fred was too. I would tune in. I don't give a fuck. I ain't watched Tough in a month of Sundays. But if they did a 145 season and they got Clarissa Shields on there, I would sure as fuck tune in to see what happens.
I want to see her train on the ground. I was saying she's going to need to. For sure, if they make that happen, it'll be within a year. And it's still not going to be enough time to have any kind of real ground training. But I would watch that show to see her train on the ground. See how she does.
Listen. You're right, Fred. We need time to build that division. Just get in Gabby Garcia because now her friend's not the champ no more. There you go. That's a fight for Nunes to take.
Gabby Garcia's leg is 145.
Fuck Gabby Garcia. But I was going to say, Clarissa Shields and fuck, who's the other fucking broad out there? The other broad out there floating around. Who beat Cyborg in the kickboxing fight? Roseanne
Bars.
Joanne Barr.
Jorina Bars.
Jorina Bars. There you go. Okay. Make it a real freak show, right? Bring them in. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened to her? I thought she was gonna start training MMA soon. That was like a year ago, right? Or more?
Hey, that ground game's hard to get into, dude. I'm just telling you. When all you've been doing is stand up your entire life, having to shoot for takedowns and bruise your knees and shit, doing single legs and all that shit, and your back's all fucked up and getting taken down, hard to get into. But
all right, listen. We're rounding on an hour. Let's talk about fucking Jose Aldo.
Right. So Jose Aldo comes at 135. Doesn't look like he's dying at the weigh-ins. Actually looks solid. Comes out and fights. Looks all right. Not mad at it. Loses the decision. Fred. A lot of people think he got robbed. What does Fred think?
Listen, man, Jesus Christ. This whole card has kind of been filled with these little things.
Yeah.
Again, man, I felt like the fight was very fucking close, right?
Yeah.
So when a fight is this close, nobody got robbed. I would lean towards giving the fight to Jose. I think Jose won the fight. But again, it was close enough that I wouldn't be salty either way. I ain't salty that they gave it to Marlon. It's a little fucked up because I tell you what I'm salty. I tell you what I'm annoyed about. Now they got this. Oh, now I'm jumping over a whole bunch of shit here, but let me get right to the fucking meat and potato of this. You seen the fucking disgusting little Henry Cejudo troll fucking video?
I saw
him popping out of the fucking pool with the broads.
Damn it.
A new level of damn on that cocksucker. But here's the thing, man. Usually I'm in the I don't give a fuck camp. You know what I mean? I'm just along for the ride. Whatever. People get so caught up about fucking people getting title shots and blah, blah, blah. But listen, Jose, it was a close fight, dog. But you lost the fight. It wasn't highway robbery. The fact that we're just going to give you a championship fight with Henry Cejudo fucking rubs me the wrong way a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. And I mean, it looks like, for all intents and purposes, they might just try to run with that shit. For all of me, and I don't want to see Marlon get the fight, but man, fuck that. Bro, you lost. What the fuck? At the best, it was a draw. Like, we ain't, how are we just gonna give you the championship fight? He goes, and then Jose dropped a video of him shooting guns and shit. Will y'all knock it the fuck off?
That is so cringy.
Will you just go fight fucking Joseph Benavidez at flyweight already? What the fuck is going on?
Oh my God.
I don't think he's going back to flyweight.
No, I don't think so either.
And have you seen him? He's fat. Like, the dude is enjoying some food. I don't think he's going back down.
Henry is pretty huge at this point. Okay, then fucking listen. Send flyweight men the same way you send fucking featherweight women.
Yeah.
I mean, trim the fat. If these divisions fucking don't exist, then cut them shits.
And give us 165.
There you go.
There we go. Problem solved.
It's actually not a bad idea, to be fair.
Or Fred, with all the money you save of cutting those two divisions, you give John Jones a bonus to move up to heavyweight.
Don't get me fucking started on John Jones.
Give him a bonus. You know how big that bonus is going to have to be? Fucking hell.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not going to do it. Anyway, real quick, MMA guy says, we're going to see Aldo and Yoel get title shots off losses. They talk about, like, Aldo, a 35 shot right there. Or a 25, not 25 shot.
No, Silva, please. Daddy Fred's begging you. Please come back. Because, yeah, we might fuck around and see that. We might fuck around and see that, which is just, again, man.
You can blame it all on me.
I get it. You know, I get it. It's not like ideal situations, but Jose, bro, you lost. We can't just go giving you the title shot. And saying, Yoel, you coming off a L, bro. What the fuck?
Who did Stylebender just get matched up with? Tell me it's not Yoel.
I believe it is.
I guess maybe we will get 2 title shots off of losses. Fuck it. Meanwhile, with 35, I feel bad for Funkmaster. Aljo should have got a title shot right now.
Or Peter Yan. I mean, damn.
Definitely Peter Yan. He he sunned Uriah Faber.
On the same fucking card.
Yep.
Bro, yo, if I'm, how do you say it? Do you say Pichur? Is that it? Pichur Yan? Listen, bro, if I'm him, I'm fucking pissed. Are y'all, is everybody smoking crack? I fought the fight before, and I fought a legend, and I beat the dog shit out of my legend. Marlon fights a legend, fucking has a razor-thin close fight, and y'all give it to the legend that lost? What the fuck? Yeah, if y'all don't let me at least fight that old Brazilian and beat the shit out of him, like, if I'm here, y'all, and then y'all got me back here talking to Cody Garbrandt. If y'all don't get him out from backstage, what the fuck? Like, Peter Yan is getting the shaft, Jack. I'm sorry. Like, I fought on this card. How y'all gonna overlook me on the same card?
Right.
I just beat the dog shit out of Uriah Faber. What the fuck?
Well, now I guess now they're trying to angle him against Cody Garbrandt with that little scuffle, quote unquote, in the back.
I mean, yeah, I guess, and I'm all for the drama, but like in the grand scheme of things, Peteur's doing this, and Cody's kind of right here. Cody about to fight Rafael Sunsao in Columbus, Jack. Like, what the fuck?
All right. So let me get through some more of these. Fucking. Let's see comments. All right. Aldo didn't open up his game. Where were the leg kicks, and why didn't he have such a low output in the last round? Left it to the judges. I have to agree with that. I didn't see any. Yeah, bring back all the leg kicks. I have to agree with that.
Everybody's wondering about that.
Were you guys surprised at how good he looked at that weight cut? I mean, he didn't look drained, he didn't look tired, and he took a nasty head kick at the beginning of the fight that he just kind of like shook off like nothing. I mean,
Yeah, Marlon came
I'm not
with it.
I'm not trying to say it was the old Jose Aldo, but I'm saying that like he looked pretty good for that weight cut.
I was impressed. I was expecting much worse, to be honest. But yeah, he looked really good. He looked better with that cut than his last 145 cut. It just is discipline all he really needed because
A nutritionist.
Well, yeah. He's the first fight he ever had a nutritionist for. I think that's what I was talking to Max Hollywood today on JRE. He says the first fight that Aldo had ever had on there. And then as far as his fight, first time he had one. And then I think Max said that. And then Max said that apparently Jose's food plan before that was eating whatever the fuck he wanted.
That makes sense. I can see it.
I think he was on that same what's his name, Kelvin Gastelum diet, right? Just eat whatever.
Don't get me started on Kelvin Gastelum. 25. All right, and everyone's like, "Oh, you fucking! When'd you fight, Eddie?" Because they think I look like Kelvin. I'm like, "Fuck you, dude! I can actually cut weight. Okay, I can do it. I just haven't done it in a minute."
I've seen it. He made it.
Right. There you go. So, Jared Cannonier should be facing Stylebender. Agreed. Yeah. Got a stake.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Jared Cannonier doesn't necessarily deserve the shot yet, but if Paulo Costa's hurt, then you can't go giving it to Yoel Romero coming off a goddamn L. What the fuck?
What do you guys think of this right here? Did you see Jan and Garbar's little run? I did not see it. What happened and where was it?
It was backstage. It was backstage.
During the event?
Yeah. I think it was probably like right after the Cody or the Peter Yan Faber fight, I would assume. Nothing. They were just right in each other's face for a hot second. They were jawing a little bit. Nothing major. Again, if I'm Peter Yan, is like, why are you back here?
Why are you back here?
Go find Faber, get the fuck away from me, and somebody like translate a tweet to tell, goddamn it, the champion of the division, I'm coming. What the fuck?
Although his triple clown thing in the octagon was pretty good.
That was pretty good, to be fair.
I did that. That was a good touch.
What do you do? I didn't see it.
He called Henry Cejudo the triple clown. When you're working with limited English, anyways, that's not too shabby.
Triple crown. All right. Talking about Cody No Love, Garbrandt, no chin, no fight IQ. Get him. About Aldo. I expect him to die in the scale. Everybody was at this point.
He looks surprisingly good.
All right, here we go. Who gets the title shot? Funkmaster, Jan, or Aldo? Go ahead, Fred. What do you think?
Boy, that's a fucking really good question.
Yep.
MMA gods. It's funny that he would be the one that asked that question.
Yeah.
You cocksucker. If you are real in any way, shape, or form, it'll be
fucking
damn. I don't even know. Funkmaster or Jan are the ones that deserve it, obviously, right? Sorry, Aldo, but you definitely don't deserve it. And ironically enough, if I had to bet one of my fucking kids on it, probably Aldo. It seems. But I Jan, I guess, just because we just seen him coming off a big fucking win. Although I wouldn't be mad at all if they gave it to fucking Aljamain Sterling either. He could. So I think that's a good fight. And to be fair, I tell you, this is one thing I will tell you. I think all three of them beat Henry Cejudo. I think Henry Cejudo is the most overrated champion of all time. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Don't do this to me, Fred. Don't do this to me because I thought Marlon was going to destroy him and see what happened.
God damn it. If Marlon would have got that EPO right, he would have. You understand me? He was beating the fuck out of him in that first round. Henry Cejudo won a close fight against Mighty Mouse. He hit TJ Dillashaw with one punch, and then he beat a gas to shit Marlon Moraes. And boy, he is gallivanting around like he is Mike Tyson. His stupid medal and those disgusting belts. I can't stand that little motherfucker. I can't wait till I think all of them beat him, and I can't wait. Whoever the fuck he fights next, his little funny ass is losing the belt, and I'm stoked.
Gotcha. Oh, it just sent me the little
altercation.
altercation. Nothing happened. It's jarring. It's what happens with when idiots start talking shit to a guy that just knocked out their buddy.
Especially the fact that they had cameras back there. Like, it almost seems like they wanted something to happen. That, you know, they were ushering around, you know, Cody Garbrandt back there. Like, it's so stupid.
Because they knew. Yeah. They're like, get Cody over there. But that guy who just beat his boy, he'll mouth off. Get the camera.
Yeah, Cody's an idiot. Get him over there.
And
yeah, get the hothead that likes to fight with everybody. Yeah, get that guy over there.
Straight up though, like Cody's that guy. Like if you go out to the bars, like you and your buddies and shit, and you know one of your boys gets in a fight, gets knocked the fuck out. It's always one fucking guy that comes out. I'm gonna fuck you up then. I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, dude, like you already lost. Your boy lost. You kick rocks, dude. What up?
Speaking of guys, speaking of guys, right? Chase Hooper, is that the kid's name that looks like Ben Askren's son?
Dude, he's like 15 years old now. He's like 19 or 20. But
Dude,
yeah,
was this the card he fought on?
Yeah.
Okay,
and this is the one where he said thanks, Dad, to Ben Askren, and he's like, "You're welcome, son," or whatever.
Yeah. That was great.
I like that kid.
Listen, a kid like that is the reason why they invented weapons. I could not very well let that kid throw me a beating in public.
Our team was gonna hear about it when he gets home.
I'd have to go on ahead and shoot him afterwards. Like, I'm sorry, but you are not beating my ass in front of my woman, and then I just gotta take it like that. I'm gonna have to shoot you in the knee afterwards.
Dude,
fuck that.
That is like, dude. That is like if you have a teenage son and you go discipline him because he got busted skipping class and shit, and then he beats the fuck out of you in front of everybody. That's that.
Like, listen. Rampage, I can take an L to Rampage. He looks like he'd beat my ass, but I can't very well have Chase Hooper beating me up and making me look fuck that.
I see it every day at jiu-jitsu, man. You got
oh my God.
Quickly before we get off of that, who do you guys think gets the title shit though? Like honestly, who gets Henry Cejudo at 35? Then which one?
Look. I think the fairest thing you could do is Peter Yan, and then give Funkmaster Marlon for a rematch just to have them run that back, and then have the next guy lined up after that.
Who won the first one between Funkmaster and
Marlon need what's his name in the face and KO'd him very quickly.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with that rematch right there. Actually, who do you think you should get that fight?
I agree with that rematch, and then it should be Yan. But I really do think it'll be Aldo. Like the fact that Dana was talking about it pretty much instantly, and now they have these stupid videos that everybody hates, but we all shared it and we all talked about it because we do the same freaking cycle where it's like, this is stupid, but we can't stop talking about it.
I have such a hard time when I see that shit on Twitter. I'm like, fuck this. I hit retweet or retweet with a quote, and I start typing away with my snarky ass comment, and then I go, because it's always like, if you motherfuckers just stop retweeting this shit, it wouldn't get any attention. God damn it. The whole thing, I go, fuck it. Y'all do what you want. Like, I get mad at myself.
Going off of Fred's thing, Eddie, did you see, I think it's Usman's comment there at the end?
Not yet. I'm like fucking like 15 things behind. But here we go. Better than losing to loving our barn cat. There you go.
Fuck that. At least those dudes were fucking slightly imposing looking.
Dude, did you guys hear something about which I know we're way off topic now, but Stipe not being able to get healthy, and that's why the DC fight hasn't gotten booked yet. And I didn't know. I didn't know he got hurt.
Not yet. No, I didn't know that either.
I knew you know what? Take it back. I knew he got surgery for something following the DC fight, and DC's like, "Oh, immediate rematch. Just do it ASAP." And he was like, "Ha, I'm having surgery. I don't know what." But apparently, he's having a hard time getting healthy. And I mean, Jesse said he heard about it. Anyone else?
Yeah, his eye.
Oh shit!
To get surgery on his eye, and then, but he got it right away though. So I don't know why we're looking at June or like midsummer now or something like that.
Well, he is kind of a wild guy that you could see, like, you know, as soon as the doctor's like, yeah, you could get back to like light activity, he's in the gym like sparring with other savages. So you can see how he might be doing something stupid to re-injure himself.
True. I could see that.
All right.
Real quick, I don't know if you have this lined up, but I want to get your guys' opinion on Rory McDonald going to PFL trying to win himself $1 million before he retires. Apparently, maybe.
I didn't know he left fucking Bellator.
God damn, Eddie, where you at, baby? Are you in this world with us or what?
Hey! He just got engaged. He's in love.
I'm barely waking up.
Okay. Good point. Fair enough.
No, I mean, no, Fred, you're right though. I had a lot of shit going on right now. So, but
no, News did that shit did just happen like 3 hours ago too. I just
really?
myself.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, just a little while ago. I think Ariel tweeted it out, and he was so happy to be the first guy to tweet it out. I'm sure.
I don't fucking read that dude shit.
I could just see Ariel with a big old boner, just tweeting that out like, I'm the first one. Woo! It wasn't Brett Okamoto this time.
Ariel with a big boner, thank you.
Oh. So yeah, clickbaitfighting.com says Roy McDonald surprised Bellator didn't make an offer for him to stay. Excited for future PFL. At least his name PFL now, not World Series of Fighting. That was fucking bad. Like when it was, I mean, it's still not the best thing, but still.
I mean, whatever, man. I guess it kind of makes sense, right? I guess we can all agree that Roy is probably, towards the tail end of his career, if not at the very end of it. So why not go to the PFL, fight subpar competition, and get $1 million on the way out the door? I mean, if the goal is no longer to get back to the UFC to prove that you're the very best in the world, why not chase the bag, right? Like, why wither away in Bellator fighting, pretty fucking tough guys for less than half the recognition? If it's going to be like that anyways, peace out on Bellator and make $1 million in the PFL beating, who?
Right. Exactly.
But don't you guys think, and ladies, don't you think that he could have gotten more money going to like one, and probably beating up some tomato cans? Because it seems like most fighters that go over there get paid pretty well.
Probably, but there's probably a lot of restrictions in the contract too. The PFL probably are going to pay Rory and probably let him get away with a lot of shit. I would imagine there's a pretty good reason why Rory didn't sign with like One or Risen or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, isn't he like all God and family now? Maybe he didn't want to do the traveling because
maybe, yeah.
There's a lot there. But
that got weird.
It's probably
what? Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying it's probably a good move, the PFL thing. It's
probably
like a limited tournament, make money, peace out. I don't see him. I don't know. I don't think he's really been into it that much for a while.
That dude picked up, and look, right. Full disclaimer: anyone that is like super Bible thumper is might get upset at this one. But the second he picked up a Bible, that fucking like killer mentality and psycho shit gone.
He found all that peace in his soul and just like lost all the good stuff.
Everybody with an up-and-coming fighter just went through their fucking fighter's backpack. Like, nope, get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Look, honestly, good. Congratulations, bro. Sure. Go win that $1 million, retire young and rich, fucking praise Jesus, go do good shit for people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not religious at all, but if you actually practice what you preach, if you go be about it and you actually like go do good shit, then great. I think it's a great move for Rory, honestly. Like I said, if the goal wasn't to get back to the UFC and do no shit like that, why not go to the PFL and, more than likely win $1 million? Win your last few fights, go out on top. Why not?
Yeah, I think it's a more winnable track because I think one would probably put him in there with some savage dude that nobody's even heard of, kind of like Eddie Alvarez, and watch him get knocked out really quickly. He's getting paid a lot, but he's still fighting these savages, that nobody knows about. At least at the PFL, I think he looked at the competition and he's like, yeah, I could probably get away with not being wholehearted into this and still probably win $1 million. I mean,
Also, to be fair, Asian MMA works a little differently. Like, Rory don't really talk a lot. So they might not have really been offering Rory a really big bag to come over there. The Sage Northcuts and the people they can market in a different way and sell. Like, Rory isn't really going to talk a lot of shit for them or like really play up no character or no angle. So maybe there wasn't even like that much interest from them, like not $1 million interest. You know what I'm saying?
You guys remember Ramsey in that knee gym or whatever?
Yeah, like a fucking nurse.
No, yeah. I don't know. But anyway, he's a PFL guy. He got suspended 9 months by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for weed. Are we still suspending dudes for weed? Then baseball just decriminalized weed or whatever weed.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I heard.
It's hard. All right, we're still fucking doing that dumb shit. All right, real quick, what do you guys think about the price? UFC raising the price of pay-per-views starting with 246. Old McGregor versus Cowboy.
Is that going to be ongoing or just for that one?
I think it's ongoing because remember they lowered the price of the pay-per-views because of the ESPN deal, but I guess now they need to make that money back. I guess so they've raised the prices again.
Oh
listen, I'm gonna tell you what they better do. What they better do is send out the internet hit police, because all they're gonna make me do and a whole bunch more just like me is go stream it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, listen. Allegedly, these nuts. At this point, you throw all that shit out the window. Ain't nothing alleged about it. Take your ass to Twitter, look around the internet. It streams everywhere. I mean, just the realest of talks. This is not the day and age to be increasing your pay-per-view prices. Seriously. Y'all better stop fucking playing with us and decrease that shit.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna go look at the Connor fight off of somebody's sunglasses then, maybe?
100%.
I mean, not real talk. You'll probably be able to find a good stream. Like, I'm not trying to I'm no Brendan Schaub. It ain't millions of people watching this, but the one thing that was kind of a bummer on Brendan Schaub doing that, people are like, oh, Brendan Schaub let the cat out of the bag. Man, Brendan Schaub didn't do shit. Brendan Schaub is nothing. You think he bro? Ain't nothing ever gonna stop this streaming shit. Like, it's a whole nother internet that most of us don't know nothing about, where you can buy like babies and crack and shit. Right? They are going to stream your product for sure. Like, motherfuckers might have a hard time finding it at some point, but like you said, they washed off homeboy's glasses on Twitch one time. Like, you cannot fight this shit, dog. You streaming shit you can't stop.
We got to bring up the legend, right? The kid that was pretending to play UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's
so great.
That shit's going to happen. So, what do I think about them increasing that price point on the pay-per-view? Not a great idea. Not like it matters, but you might have some people that were like, okay, listen, Jack, I was going to pay that 60, but fuck that. Now y'all done forced me. I'm just going to use this stream like these other 8,000 dickheads are doing. Who cares? Fuck it.
The only time I actually will dish out money for pay-per-views if I know it's going to be big enough to the streams are going to suck. Like, the streams will chop out in and out. You have to refresh it all the time. On those, I more than likely I will pay. But on one like this one, I'm not. First of all, I've never dished $65 ever to the UFC ever again. But on this one, it's more than likely that I'll hit up my buddies and be like, "Hey, who wants to watch it? Come over and throw some money in the pot for that shit."
That's exactly what I did for 245 too.
There you go.
Because I hate it when the stream goes out and it just makes me rage. So I think with some cards, it's a little bit worth it to just charge a cover to your own house. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's stupid though, because we were supposed to be getting a discount, I thought, just for being ESPN Plus members. But now I guess that's gone.
Yes, not. Real quick, speaking about the infamous Brendan Schaub, did you see Michael Bisping saying never to go full Brendan on his podcast?
Really?
That's amazing. I love it.
It was great.
What was the context you said?
Nah, just what did he? I just saw the last clip of it. Just him saying, I went full Brendan Schaub there for a second.
Just
not good connotation going along with that phrase.
This Rory's dark passenger was substituted by Jesus. Are you prepared for a return or a flying armbar? That's great. Rory turns on.
I didn't go nowhere.
What?
Oh, I didn't go nowhere.
Shut up. Anyway, Rory turns on a Canadian cycle stare when he's going out door to door. How do you say that word? I don't English.
Tony, listen, bro, you can't come in here using words like that,
bro. English is my second language. What the fuck?
Bro, lesson ties. We don't know what the fuck that means.
I feel attacked personally.
We can't even pronounce that.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
What was that? Dude, proselytizing, bro.
Damn,
we're talking face punching, man. We're not talking spelling.
I may be wrong, but I think he spelled it wrong.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I think he might have spelled it wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not an English major, but I think it's spelled wrong.
Oh, means trying to convert unbelievers. There you go, Liam.
Look at that. Y'all some smart motherfuckers. Look at these people.
Oh, Bisman couldn't pronounce philosophical and went full shop.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That makes sense. Shop might be retarded.
A little bit.
Might be.
All right. Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to throw out here and talk about before we head out?
If you guys would please, I'm begging you, go and watch Star Wars this weekend. Okay. It's gonna be awesome. You said anything, so I'm just gonna throw it out there.
And if you don't like it, don't be mean to the nerds who do like it. Also, subscribe to my podcast, The MMA Nerd. I'm on iTunes and SoundCloud and Stitcher and Spotify. And follow me on Twitter at The MMA Nerd. And there's no new episodes for a little bit, though, because I took a break for the holidays because I wanted to kill myself. Because it was too much. But
don't get mad at her when she does her wrestling episodes. Okay, guys?
Oh, yes, that too. Don't bully me for my wrestling love.
You really get shit for that, though?
Oh, my gosh, so much.
You're kidding.
It's insane, like, every week. But
sorry, at this point, the only thing that bugs me about the wrestling thing is when people do that woo shit at fucking events, a UFC event, or any
I'm a wooer, I'm not going to lie, but I don't go to many UFC events, so it's okay.
No, I fucking
by the way, did you guys notice when Colby walked out to that music, everybody was doing the "You Suck" chant along with it?
I watched wrestling when that shit was going on, and I remember they used to make me laugh like a motherfucker. So as soon as I heard the music, the Kurt Angle music kick in, I felt over, and my friend was like, "That's so funny," and I'm like, watch this shit. She goes, and it's like, "You suck." And I remember she said, "Well, why did it say you suck?" So I had to explain for like 5 minutes before the fight started why the hell that was funny, and then she got it. But I died. It was so great.
We didn't even touch on the crowd chanting USA, did we?
Oh yeah, that was great.
Made me ashamed to be an American. Do you guys not realize he's from Nebraska? At least that's what Ben Askren's been saying for a month of Sundays. Like,
right.
They're both from the USA. Like, I realize one is of Nigerian descent, which, quite frankly, if you want to be a cunt about it, Colby is most certainly not of North American descent.
We didn't
German, British, something, but his fucking Polish pale-looking ass is not from here either. So shut the fuck up with the USA chants. Right. Jesus Christ!
Real quick, we forgot to talk about this weekend's card in I was going to say North Korea, in South Korea.
North Korea. Oh God!
No. Okay, time out.
North Korea would be.
Is that not a genius idea? Is that not a genius idea? Get fucking Dennis Rodman on that shit. Tell him to call his boy, hook him up with Dana, and get UFC North Korea. That would fucking sell. I would.
You know that the crowd would be interesting because nobody would be clapping. They'd all just be looking to the great leader to see if they could clap. Or, they'd get somebody executed for clapping, like, yeah, bam.
Kim Jong-un at some point goes, woo, and I'll say these don't do it.
Boy, can you imagine the South Korean fighters salivate? Because can you imagine how bad the North Korean fighters must be at fighting? Like, clearly there's not dojos and gyms just floating around North Korea. The South Koreans would be like, fuck yeah. I'll fight 5 North Koreans tonight, Jack. I'm beating the fuck out of y'all.
Well, seeing as how most of them don't eat very well, I'm sure their weight cut wouldn't, be so hard, but wouldn't be very well.
Where's the 95-pound division, Jack? We ready to rock.
They all weigh 125, man. Fuck it, a full flyweight card.
That's like their heavyweights.
Oh boy, yeah, exactly. All right, real quick from this weekend's card. Seriously, that's a genius idea. Get Dennis Rodman on that. Light heavyweight co-main event: Volkan Ozdemir against Alexander Rakic. However you say it.
Yeah, that's I think Rakic.
Asking me who's taking that fight, Fred?
I would say the gentleman's name I cannot pronounce, but Radic. That guy,
not Ozdemir.
Yeah, not Ozdemir, the other guy. I'm not sold on fucking no time.
Ashley, who you picking?
I'm going with the Radish as well.
Radish. There you go, Radish.
I love no time, but I feel good about this guy.
All right, Jesse.
No time, baby. It's time for no time.
Of course. I'm going Radish just because you said that.
We're all just agreeing to call him Radish. Like,
I prefer that, honestly, Radish. And then the main event, obviously, Frank Yeager versus the Korean Zombie. Frank Yeager taking this fight on short notice. Was supposed to fight Sanhagen in the East Coast somewhere. And now he pissed off. First of all, not that he just pissed him off, but he's like, I can still make the other fight. Have you seen Korean Zombie fight? You're gonna get cut the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not alone. It's like, how can I pick him if he thinks he's gonna make that other fight? Like,
I mean, I don't
really doesn't always think man too.
Korean Zombie taking this fight, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Korean Zombie.
violently.
There you go, Fred.
Yeah, for sure, the Zombie. And yeah, I'm glad you said something about Corey Sandhagen. Shout out to Corey Sandhagen. I feel really bad for him. He was getting that Frankie Edgar fight probably meant a lot to do. It was just like,
huge.
You know. But I do think that Korean Zombie's not only going to win, but I think he's going to finish Frankie impressively. I think this is, I don't want to say the end of the road for Frankie, but I think after this fight, we all going to be looking at Frankie a lot differently. Like,
We're getting there.
I think this is going to be the one where Frankie's going to, you know, like there are certain fights where it feels like fighters get old overnight.
Yep.
I think this is the one. I know it's been coming, but I think the Zombie is just going to smash Frankie.
All right, Jesse, who you picking?
Y'all some forgetting, hating mofos.
Christ.
God. Look, I may not have been a fan of Frankie Edgar in the beginning, but he turned me around. And I believe in Frankie, man. The old man's gonna get this done, especially since the fact that it's such late notice that I think Korean Zombie is not gonna be ready for the ground game that Frankie has. So Frankie Edgar.
What?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Yeah,
you realize he has the only other twister in the UFC, like
a twister, whatever.
Twister.
It's common now. It's been done.
I can't do that. I'm texting you as soon as Zombie beats the fuck out of Frankie. I'm texting you a picture of my dick.
I will slide you my number later, and then if you do that, it will guaranteed it will be online very quickly.
Like he gives a fuck.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Oh no, I'll just be using it like, hey girl, what's up? This is my piece. Bam.
You
You're smart. You're smart to give you credit for it, Jesse. You get no dick pics. You just fucking ruined that. Like, that little fucking plan right out of your back pocket. That was fucking up.
It's like you take your profile picture. What's up?
So you know he's got a whole alternative Twitter.
Yeah. Hey, he gonna join the dudes that have like 1 million parody accounts these days. It's like dudes that have. It's like dudes pretending to be chicks and shit. And
I didn't know that was on MMA Twitter. Apparently, there's like a whole bunch of like dudes who have like decent looking broads as their fucking profile pictures, and they get all these. Like, I guess because women being into MMA at all is just such a fucking big thing for these weird Twitter fucking hornballs. Everybody, Twitter's a strange place, dog. A lot of fucking weirdos on MMA Twitter.
Social media is some fucking crazy shit, man.
That's true.
Straight up. Anyway.
Is there any other fights on this card that matter?
Not necessarily.
Like
Superboy's on it.
Oh, Superboy's back. Yeah, the Korean Superboy. Who is the Korean Superboy?
Charles Jourdain. Yeah. And then on the cards, a bunch of dudes whose names I can't say, and then Ryan Benoit.
Come on, Eddie. I love it when you struggle through these names.
I'm out. Cyril Gain is on this card. He's a bad motherfucker.
Who's he fighting? Anyway,
he is fighting Tanner Bozer.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm here for it. Okay, hold on. I do have a serious question about this card.
Yeah.
When is this card? Is it late?
No.
Friday night or Saturday night?
Prelims kick off at midnight.
What fucking day?
Saturday morning. Saturday morning, the second. So Friday night, Saturday morning. There you go.
So Friday night on the East Coast. My Friday night at midnight, the fight starts.
So for you, so it's 12. It looks like it's 12 my time. So it's like 11 Jesse's time. 12-1. So I think 2 a.m. your time.
So, boy, I hate this. And so that's Friday, though, right?
No, 2 a.m. Saturday morning.
I keep going Saturday. Bitch, I be staying up. It's going to be into Friday night for me, though, right? Fuck, I wake up Saturday morning. I keep staying up. It's Saturday, and I've been up since Friday, 3 in the morning.
Okay, yeah. So it's Saturday, 3 a.m. Saturday morning.
Right.
If you're out on Friday night getting fucked up or whatever you're doing, you might as well stay awake.
Right.
Yeah.
When the fuck does the main card start?
Main card kicks off at 3 a.m. my time, making it
6 a.m. or 5 a.m. my
5
time.
a.m. your time.
Where are you at, Ashley? In the States? Or
I'm in Washington,
So
so
it's an hour behind me.
okay,
yeah.
okay. So Jesus fucking Christ! So you guys are
So she kicks off at 2 a.m.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah. So,
Ooh, Jesus fucking Christ! They're fucking asking a lot of us, aren't they? Jesus.
needless to say, I'm gonna be watching this on replay.
So again, this is what you do, Fred. All right, get yourself a midnight screening of of Star Wars. Go watch it. Get back home. Turn on the TV. Bam! You're already ready for it.
I love your dedication.
I don't want to sound like Colby Covington here, but Jesse, you fucking nerd. I will not be doing that at 1 in the morning. I'm going to be trying to sniff coke out of a hooker's ass. You know what I mean? Work all you want, buddy.
All they do is long distance skate in North Korea. Sorry, TKZ is a hero Koreans need. Here's a good question.
Long distance skate.
Here's a question. You guys think Kim Jong-un is streaming this weekend?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
This is probably fucking true. Streaming is punishable by life in prison in North Korea.
Yeah, for the normal person, I'm sure because isn't Un like a fan of basketball? It's like, how does he watch basketball, right? Like he's got to be watching this stuff. I'm sure he's got his little remote control there, watching everything.
Dude, Kim Jong-un is streaming with about 1,000 of his minions on a hamster wheel.
Sounds all right.
Someone like cartoon that up. Nuclear power. There you go. All right. Vikings episode 4 just folks. What's Vikings? Oh, welcome to the UK fans world. Oh, as far as the time goes, yeah, I got you. All right. We got nothing else. What?
Last thing.
Okay.
Last nerdy thing for you guys. I don't know about Ashley, but if you guys want to watch an awesome show right now on HBO, it's called Watchmen. If you guys haven't been on that thing, watch it. It's probably one of the best shows on HBO right now. One of my favorites. And if you don't know what it is, go back and watch the movie. The movie was okay, but the show is awesome.
Gotcha. All right.
Fred,
tell me about it.
I have not watched it yet, but I am a big slut for HBO, so I am definitely going to get around to watching this as soon as possible. Like, I watch all of HBO shit for the most part. I've been incredibly busy lately, but like, yeah, I have heard like really good shit about this too. So the next time I'm on vacation and I got a little time to myself, I'm going to watch this shit.
All right, folks, it's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys watching. Ashley, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Again, make sure you follow her at the _MMA_nerd. She's on every, correct me if I'm wrong. You're on pretty much every podcast outlet, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right,
important.
There you go. So if you're a pro wrestling fan or an MMA fan or just a fan, just hit it up, watch that, subscribe to all that stuff. Jesse's at Sport1983, Kirby's at Kirby_MMA. I'm at Elo32, and the page is at KeyboardWarriorsMMA.com. I was fucking with this thing right here during the show for like a second. I didn't know I could do that. So it's incredibly distracting to have during the fucking show, but it's nice.
Yeah, okay? There you go.
RestoreWarriors.com, SportsPros.com. You guys are the shit. We love you guys. Shout out to everyone that tuned in tonight. Usman, Liam, MMA Inc. was here. Tony was here hanging out, everyone throwing out gems on the fucking North Korea thing. MMA gods. Fuck, let me scroll a bit. Lauda was here for a while too. She might still be here. Otis, thanks for all the input here. Whatever. Anyone that I missed, I'm sorry. You guys keep watching this shit. We're gonna keep doing it. So appreciate you guys. All right. Good night, and good night, Wilshire.